is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. The Giants at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Have the 60, have the 60. Come 19, come 19, 18, 19, 70.
From the gun, Dart. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
First down, Cowboys.
Yeah, here we go. I take Friday.
He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
There we go.
Out of the gun, they run with Blue. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. You talk about this Giant defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now a toss, left side, it's Blue. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Looking to throw, Prescott. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Come on, set. Up, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Trap 60, trap 60. Dragon 60. Hup.
To throw now, Dart. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to around the 23. Set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
46.
On play action, Prescott. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 2nd and 10. Prescott now. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it. And the Giants will take over possession here up at the 44. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Javon Hargrave there on the stop. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
At the 27-yard
Let's go
line.
now. 60 Broncos, 70 Timberwolves, 79 Broncos.
Throwing, dart. Now he's going to step up and run. Hyatt has got it. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Jalen Hyatt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. York now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor, maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern a little bit. Whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Toss play to the right to Blue. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. To throw is Prescott. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on fourth down. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't... Look at this! Middle of the field, a breakaway! And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. 141 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back in the 25. Donovan Ezeraku showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Let's go. Viking 18.
Off the play fake, it's Dart. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Here we go, Shaq. 60 Eagles, 60.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one is incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. York able to send this one through, and the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing. Prescott. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here's Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now Prescott. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll throw again. Prescott. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Abdul Carter. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Final play of the half. Prescott. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
2nd and 6. Prescott to throw it. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well. So give some credit to the defense.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Come on, set. 70 Timberwolves. 19 Lions. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Now Dart. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
And Buffalo 18. Come 19. Come 19.
Here's Dart. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
To the air, Dart. That is caught by Laporta. Big strides, look at him go. And all the way in, touchdown, New York. Sam Laporta, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants have opened the lead up to 30. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper to the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Prescott. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And that is incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at it that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage. But you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Down the sideline he goes. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. To throw, Dart. And incomplete on a deep ball.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 19-yard line. 167 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Here's third and a few inches. Throwing from the gun here, Dart. Oh, first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
That one goes for 24 yards. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Prescott. And Prescott, his third interception. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 41. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even two steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 3.
Count 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Trap 60, trap 60.
Throwing his dart. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Viking 18. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Warriors 70, Mustang 19.
From the gun, here's Dart. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Donovan Ezeraku. 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. And they're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it will still worse if they don't put some points up on the board. I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Prescott now from the 50. That is caught by Lamb. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Giants are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Come on, set! 70 Timberwolves. 79 Broncos. Trap 60, trap 60.
Dart. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. That's caught inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Prescott from the gun. That'll be complete to Blue. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up the head of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Hands it off out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Prescott down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down.
Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Cowboys, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Blue is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
38. Cowboys 7. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the...
That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. Missing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Cade York to kick off.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. A partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Yeah, here we go.
To throw is Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game.
First down, Cowboys.
One last shot now for Prescott. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say,